the moment when passionate kisses turn into sexy kisses.
Never forgets to say goodnight to me. When I woke up next to him, he looked me in the eyes, brushed my hair away from my face, and said, "You're beautiful."
I got her friends to help me make a huge sign that said her name and prom. And I recorded it, and I asked her out in front of her favorite store, Forever 21, in Times Square, and she cried.
At first, I was too scared to even look him in the eyes.
He's the only person I ever felt comfortable being naked around.
He screamed after me and asked my name. He said, "Nicole, every time you smile, I smile back. Thank you for your beautiful smile."
So we're just walking around, continuing to talk, and I'm trying to figure out how am I going to ask her out. And I see this spot where there's like it was dark out at this point. No one's in the park, and you can hear all the sounds of the city. And there's this huge like boulder and like this hill. It was just looked like a really cool area to be. So it's like, kind of want to go out there. So like, do you? It's like, yeah. So we walk up, and we sit down, and of course we're looking at the stars or whatever. We're just talking. It's kind of classic, and it's working out great. And I just asked her, I was like, "Can I ask you a question?" She said, "Yeah." Well, she didn't even respond. She just nodded her head. She could probably tell what was coming. I asked her, "Will you go out with me?" And she smile went across her face, and she just nodded her head. And there was nothing much more said than that. And we just sort of just stood there silent for a little bit, and then talked a little bit more, and then we kissed, and yeah, it was great.
I waited for him to finish taking his test so that I could talk to him after class.
I remember the first time we sat alone, completely in silence, and how right it felt, and that was the moment that we both knew how much we really meant to each other.
I get really nervous about holding hands.
So we decided one night, tonight we're gonna look at the stars. But then it was really cold that night. We thought it was gonna be warm. So instead what we did is we got this like little this little thing, and it projected stars onto the ceiling and the wall, like all colorful stuff. So we just laid on the floor of the dorm room, and we just looked at the stars on the ceiling. Even if we weren't looking at the real stars, it was cool just to share the experience together.
I wrote her a letter because I wanted her to know how beautiful she is.
Every time I saw him, no matter what, my stomach would still get butterflies and my heart would always skip a beat, even if it had just been 5 minutes since I had last seen him.
After everything kind of ended, I realized that she didn't exactly take my breath away, but I was suffocating on the idea of her.
Soft kisses under the warm summer rain.
Somehow he always says the perfect things whenever I really need to hear it.
We used to take baths and sit at opposite ends of the bathtub and spit water at each other and see who could hit each other in the face with the water.
I remember when we first started dating that his brother came over to me backstage the one day, and he's like, "I just wanted to tell you that I've never seen Eric this happy since he started dating you," and I thought that was really sweet.
Curling up in his soft skin.
Nobody else makes me laugh as much as he does.
Sometimes it felt like he was holding my heart in his hands and slowly squeezing the pulp from it.
I just couldn't make him love me enough.
We give each other what we need, and we don't demand anything more than we need.
He told me that I'd always be an angel to him.
When I got asked to prom, he came into my English class, and he wrote me a poem, and he recited it while his friend played the bongos in front of the whole class, and then he gave me a yellow rose.
He showed me around Paris, and after a night full of adventure, we found the perfect spot to watch the sunrise.
I don't know, I guess whenever we're together, it just like doesn't seem like we've been apart that long. Like we see each other every like 3 months is our record right now. It's awful. But like you forget about those times, I guess, when you're with him.
I love it when he tickles my spine.
I love counting the freckles across her body.
I feel like we fell in love at the same time.
دیگه اشک نداره.